Hello everyone, welcome back to the Luminous YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about LSAT tips for success as it relates to the LSAT Writing Sample. If you have not done so already, we invite you to like this video and to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be the first to know when we have additional high-value content videos such as this one. We love you forever. Without you, our work would not be possible. Without further ado, let's talk about the LSAT Writing Sample. Just a few housekeeping matters. Because you are here with us today viewing our video, you just saved yourself $50 off any Luminous LSAT course. In addition to our self-help videos, we also provide LSAT substantive review courses, and we have several available now on our website. We invite you to check that out. You can visit our website at www.luminouslsat.com. As a brief overview, let's talk about the LSAT Writing Sample. Now, the LSAT Writing Sample allows an admissions committee to see firsthand how well you can formulate and write an argument under time constraints and added pressure. Though unscored, it is a factor that's considered when evaluating your candidacy for law school. Now, you may be thinking, well, the admissions committee had an opportunity to view how I write and my style of writing when they saw my personal statement. Well, here's the thing. The admissions committee has not seen how you write under time restraints or constrictions or under added pressure. They want to see under such things as time constraints, how will you perform as a writer? Can you articulate an argument and support your argument concisely with facts and conclude? Now, in this writing sample, it contains a fictional hypothetical and two choices of how to respond to the hypothetical. You'll be asked to write an argument based upon that one choice that you made over the other as it relates to the given criteria. You'll have 35 minutes to complete this exercise. So that includes your outline, which is something that we do recommend so that you can organize your thoughts and your writing concisely and clearly. And that also includes you writing the essay, which is the most important part. You don't want to write a beautiful outline and then not have enough time to complete your essay in its entirety. The admissions committee does not care about how beautiful your outline is. They want to see your argument. They want to see a full, concise, and clearly stated argument. More on that to come. Now, for the sake of time for this instructional, we won't go through a complete illustration. So we have a writing sample illustration here that we'll be able to walk through. Now, during our LSAT courses, we do take our time and give tender, loving care to the writing sample, and we allow our students to ask us questions to get practice several times over. But for the purpose of this video, we just want to introduce you to what you can expect in a given writing sample prompt on the LSAT. Let's look at the one here. The Williams, owners of the family-run business Shady Bagels, has successfully established a loyal following and steady flow of customers in their hometown, Shady Grove. In the past 10 years, Shady Grove and neighboring cities have seen a tremendous increase in population. As a result, Shady Bagels has been overwhelmed with new business and has increased in popularity. A local investor has approached the Williams family, and has offered them the opportunity to expand their Shady Bagels operations by opening up additional locations in neighboring cities. Write an argument for either of the following two choices. Keep the following in mind. Criteria 1. The Williams want to maintain the same small-town Shady Bagels brand that made them popular. Criteria 2. The Williams business model is always to pursue increased profits while avoiding unnecessary risks. Now, at the bottom, you'll see that there would be a choice 1 and choice 2. Those would be the two choices that you would have to choose one option from and then make your argument based upon that choice. Now, for the sake of time and conciseness, I'll just tell you, in a given writing sample on the LSAT, they will say, for example, choice 1 would be for Shady Bagels to remain a small town operation, and then they'll give the facts that support why that would be good or why that would not be good. Okay. Then choice 2 would be an option for Shady Bagels to expand, and it will give some supporting facts. Your job is to take the hypothetical along with the criterion explained, which was that they want to maintain their brand image, and then they also want to increase profits while minimizing risks. So these are things you have to make sure that you point out and keep in consideration during your argument. Now, with the choice that you make, you want to state very clearly what that choice is, why you made that choice, and then provide the supporting facts as to why you made that choice. And then you conclude. So you have an introductory paragraph, you have 3 supporting paragraphs, 1 fact per paragraph, and then you conclude. This is not a situation where there is a right or wrong answer or a situation where you need to freak out. We tell our students all the time, we don't want you all to freak out at any point in taking the exam, because when you freak out or when you get anxious, that's when you start making mistakes and leaving points on the table. Although this section is unscored, you still want to make your best first impression to the admissions committee, and writing in a clear and concise manner is how you do that. Now, in this next slide, we're going to talk about some do's and don'ts that we want you to keep in mind. We encourage you to take some notes. This is the moneymaker. Here we go. As you can see here, this is a fully fleshed out list of things to do and things not to do when preparing for the writing sample for the LSAT, or you're actually writing on the exam. You absolutely must keep these things in mind. No question about it. So under things to do, let's look at number 1. You want to make sure that you pick only one side of the argument to argue for, okay? You do not need to argue for both sides of the argument. Pick a side, any side, and let that be your argument. Now, after you pick which argument you want to write about, then you need to find 3 supporting facts that help the reader understand why this is the better choice of the two. Remember, there's no wrong answer, but you do need to pick one side of the argument and then identify those facts. Each fact will be your paragraph, right? So fact 1, paragraph 1, fact 2, paragraph 2, fact 3, paragraph 3 of your supporting paragraphs, okay? So you have your introductory paragraph, and then you have your 3 supporting paragraph, 1 fact per paragraph. Each paragraph can represent 2 to 5 sentences each. You want to make sure that you keep your sentences short, concise, and to the point. Now that brings us to number 3. Craft a clear and well thought out thesis statement. Now, at this point in your collegiate career, whether you're a traditional student or you're a non-traditional student, we all know what a thesis statement is, right? But just for the purpose of this informational, your thesis serves as your roadmap. It gives the reader a window of opportunity, of understanding where you're going in this argument. Which choice did you make? And what type of facts are you going to be discussing that supports why you made such a choice? Okay, that's your thesis statement. Your thesis statement goes into the introductory paragraph. All right, let's skip down to number 5. In each paragraph, clearly state why that fact supports your position. Remember when we were talking about conciseness? If any of your sentences run about 4 lines, 3 to 4 lines, that is a telltale sign that that sentence is too long. You may have some additional grammatical errors. It can be a run-on sentence. Whatever the case may be, when you start seeing 3 and 4 lines per sentence, then you know that you're writing too much and you need to narrow down that sentence and make it more concise so that you don't lose your reader. All right, now if you have time, I would strongly encourage you in your argument to pick a bad fact or to pick an opposing fact from the opposing argument and articulate why you did not choose that opposing argument to support your argument. What is it about that opposing argument that's weaker than what you chose? That gives the readers an opportunity to see, hey, not only can this student or this applicant, under time restrictions, make a valiant effort in writing an argument, but they also know how to poke holes in the opposing argument as well. Doesn't that sound familiar? That sounds like lawyering, right? That sounds like Law and Order, right? That's exactly what that sounds like. And so you are showing the admissions committee, hey, I'm up for the challenge. And I showed you that I'm up for the challenge of law school and argumentation, all those good things in my writing. I'm giving you that sample. That's why they call it the writing sample. All right, look at this list of things not to do. Now, earlier I spoke to how important it is to organize your thoughts and to practice outlining. Some students just decide to go ahead and write and they don't outline. That works for some. You have to choose what works for you, and you're able to find out what works best for you during practice. So make sure that you practice the writing sample, okay? But either way, if you decide to write based upon an outline, don't spend too much time writing that outline to where you don't leave yourself ample opportunity to complete your actual essay. Something very important that I hear admissions committees complain about for this writing sample is that students ramble sometimes. They lose their thought pattern or they lose their train of thought and they just start talking. All right, you want to make sure that you do not ramble in your essay. State your position, support your position with facts, and move on. Short and sweet. And then this last notation here in number 4 is so important. Do not feel pressured to be right in choosing whatever it is. Remember our hypothetical with shady bagels? There is no right or wrong answer in that hypothetical. If you chose that shady bagels should expand, that's the right answer. Or if you chose that shady bagels should stay a small town operation, that's also a right answer, right? The challenge is to choose one option and to make an argument for why that would be the best option. There is no wrong answer. I hope that you have found these tips to be especially helpful and insightful as you are preparing for the LSAT. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe before you go. We'll see you next time on In the Know. you.